Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Hashtag Anime Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Lyndon Burton, joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Chrissa SJE, and this is episode 56. Chrissa, how are you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm Gucci bandana. It's a good week so far. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got too much bad news. It's, you know what I'm saying? 2020 is like such a wild time that like when you get through a week without hearing nothing super crazy,
It's like
you'll hear something mildly crazy, but as long as it's not wild, you're good. You're like, this has been a good week.
It's all good. Yeah, as long as nobody in your family got corona, you don't have corona. nobody of at least our race that we know of died. I know it's sad when people in the world die, of course, that are African American from police brutality, but you get what I'm saying. Nothing close to home happened. No craziness. It's a good week in 2020 because shit is wild. But speaking of 2020, we got a new project from the young Foolie himself. Tell the people real quick before we get started about the project he just dropped and where they can find it at.
It's Weeb Guy versus Andy Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever you want to listen to music. It's on YouTube. They got a bunch of AMVs to it on YouTube and clips. But definitely it's like a bonus. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bonus. Everybody's doing a deluxe edition, but I just wanted to take it another route and just drop it as an EP, like a standalone. Everybody's been like just trying to flood it and flood the streams up. I just wanted to get the streets new music because I'm about to start flooding. Like I got a lot of projects about to drop. Grand Line project finna drop probably with Nick Grand next. Let me not even say next. Cause me and Faye working on Rivals too. Matter of fact,
that song that's a hit.
we can tease that at the end of this episode.
I swear every time y'all post that little video, I click it because I gotta listen. That shit is a banger. Like that might be the best song I done heard from y'all in a while. Like that shit is a bona fide hit.
We about to turn up, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is just like I kind of at the beginning of the year I was planning on like kind of upping it with the tempo of dropping shit, just keep dropping shit. But then Corona hit and it kind of slowed me down because we were supposed to be hitting up all these cons.
Bro, we're supposed to be on tour right now.
Literally. And bro, I got buku shit in the pocket that was supposed to been out. So I'm about to just start flooding it. Because during the Corona, I've been working on new shit. So it's like I got like a plethora of shit in the vault and it's about to just unleash it. This one was just the beginning of that.
I'm gonna ask you, and I'll say this on air just to see, and if y'all fans out there have any input on this, let us know because I've been contemplating this idea for a while because we have connections with certain voice actors, and I can probably pull some strings. I was thinking about doing a virtual Comic-Con for Anime Talk, like just an Anime Talk con. I need to figure out the complexities of how to like. It'll just be a bunch of different Zoom calls, but like, do we do it on Twitch? I need to figure out how that will work. Fans, is that something you would be interested in? I'm sure we could get Sean Gann back. I'm sure I could get the voice of Overhaul back, my guy Kellen Golf, as well as some of the other people we've had. And then some of the connections, maybe get Namiware. But if y'all are interested in that, y'all let us know on Twitter and everything. But we're back to Tuesdays. We're off the Thursday rotation. I'm glad to be back on Tuesdays because we're starting 2 new series reviews this episode and continuing for the summer. We're doing God of High School, the Crunchyroll exclusive, as well as Fire Force Season 2. We're going to get to those a little bit at the end of the show. We got a couple news topics to get to and some questions. So let's start off with the first news topic. This is something I think you'll be interested in. Dr. Stone Season 2 will premiere January 2021, the beginning of the Stone Wars. Chrissa, are you excited for Dr. Stone Season 2?
I am big hype. Like I've been seeing all the little promotional art and shit drop.
Yeah, they did like a little teaser. I didn't put that in there because it was just like some pictures with like some music behind it. So it was.
I love it, man. I'm amped up just because Dr. Stone was a pleasant surprise of 2019 because I started reading it early 2019 and then I want to say early 2019. I don't think I was reading it late 2018, but I remember I started reading Dr. Stone.
I don't know. We might have started at 28. I think we both started in 2018 because that was one that we started at the same time. Yeah.
I remember when we first started reading it, we just instantly got hyped. We was like, oh, yeah, we can't wait for the anime. Or we were anticipating the anime because we knew it was on the way. And when the anime hit, at first, I was kind of, like when I saw the trailers, I was kind of sketched out. I'm like, is it going to be great, quality animation and everything? And I felt like he's the one great job. I feel like the show got kind of its flowers when it was dropping. But I mean, you're dropping Amongst Promised Neverland, Demon Slayer, Mob Psycho, Season 2. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Dr. Stone was gas. It was just slept on when it dropped. And when we get a Season 2, if it's dropped in the right time and everything, I feel like people are going to really pay attention to it, go back to Season 1 and really it'll hit different. Because I really enjoyed Season 1.
Because I agree with that, what you just said. I thought Season 1 was okay. I thought it was good. I think it just was dropped around a lot of gyms. And I think that's what's going to make a show we're going to talk about later, Fire Force, actually blossom. I think season 2 of Fire Force is going to hit really well during this summer. But it's interesting because Dr. Stone can't get away from Promised Neverland. And I feel like Attack on Titan, if it doesn't drop in the fall, it's going to drop in January. So we have Promised Neverland, Attack on Titan, and Dr. Stone. I hope it doesn't get overshadowed because Stone Wars is when things get really, really hype. So we shall see. But I'm really excited. Dr. Stone fans, be on the lookout. January 2021, you're getting a new season. The next thing we have is Production IG has announced that they are partnering with, and they announced this at the Anime Expo Light online panel this past Saturday. They're making a collaboration, working on an anime series with Adult Swim. I believe this will be out on HBO Max. This is part of that Adult Swim, Toonami creating exclusive content. No word on what the anime is yet, but the producer Rui Kurokai said that anime fans should be super, super excited. This is going to be something different that the marketplace needs. So I don't know what that means, but we're going to see very, very soon. Good for Adult Swim and Toonami for putting that out. Next up, we got Funimation revealed that come August, the dub of One Piece will be back with episodes 588 through 600. And to me, that's interesting because I don't know how many. That's not a lot of episodes, bro. That's like 20. I mean, I guess that's a lot. I don't know.
It's a few. It's a little bag.
How do you feel? Because you're the dub guy, and I know I don't say that to like be offensive because I like dubs too. But how do you feel about this dub dropping for One Piece?
I'm pretty hyped for it just because I just feel like by the time it drops, would they have a date on it already?
Yeah, it's gonna be August, like the beginning. I think the beginning of August. So, yeah. And let me tell you what 588 through 600 covers. It covers Punk. It doesn't cover all of Punk
right
Hazard.
On it. Like I'm right on its heels. Like that's
part of Punk Hazard.
Like I'm right at Punk Hazard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like right whenever it drops, I'm probably gonna already be caught up with that because just watch the Fishman Island wrap up. So we're about to start Punk Hazard. You know what I'm saying? So I already know it's probably just like the first. Because how long is Punk Hazard of arc? Like 100 episodes?
Let me see.
Well, not 100, probably like 60.
It's more than what they announced. That's for sure. I think it's. I want to say it's about 100 episodes. It's from 575 to 629, so almost 100, not quite, maybe like 50 episodes.
I see. I'm somewhere in the fives. I don't want to say I'm in 540, maybe 550 or 60. I'm not sure, but I'm 5 something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there. I just been seeing everybody catch up on One Piece. It's like a beautiful thing, bro. Like everybody on the time I was watching One Piece. People who have talked shit on One Piece for years. People who are like, yeah, I know it's good. I'm just cool on that. People who have been kind of neutral. Like I know it's what it is, but like how I was always felt on Bleach. I was like, I know what it is, but I'm just not gonna go watch it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people, the timeline has been buzzing with One Piece, and I'm just sitting there waiting like I hope y'all don't look at my tweets because I'm part of the crew that spoils One Piece every Thursday. Like, literally, bro. I can't help it, bro. I can't help it, bro. Like I am with. Shout out to my guy. Oh man, I can't believe I'm Kaizuku nigga. He always tweeting the manga spoilers. Oh, shout out to the manga gang that's on the One Piece train every Thursday, Wednesday night. Because Chris, I tell you, bro, I am looking for spoilers Tuesday night to Wednesday, and then Wednesday to Thursday, I'm looking for the chapter because One Piece is gas right now in terms of the manga.
Man, I've been seeing people like how fast people have been catching up, and that shit low-key been scaring me because like I took so long to get where I'm at. Because to me, I always tell people, don't be scared to watch One Piece, man. It's a crazy ride. Enjoy it at your own pace, man. It's 900 episodes. Take it slow, then take it fast, and take it however you want to take it. Because I know with me, I was like taking it episode by episode, little small couple episodes, and then there was arcs that I had to like smash the pedal on the, you know what I'm saying? I had to get through these arcs, like binge them or whatever. But when I kind of fizzled out around like Fishman Island, I was always planning on coming back. But just seeing everybody like go from Arlong Park to like, Thriller Bark to, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, they're going fast. They're like at my pace. Like they're low key speeding through it. And it's good to see the fan base grow, and it's good to see everybody digging One Piece. So it'll be interesting. I'm not a dub One Piece guy. I'm a sub One Piece guy. So, but for all the dub people out there, y'all are getting some episodes. And that's my question. It's like, they're not giving them to you like, there was a delay, I think, for like a couple years just to get to Punk Hazard. I don't know when we're going to get to Dressrosa. I know some people who only do the dub, but to me that's crazy that it deters you from catching up when you have to wait multiple years to watch your show and just to get 20 episode chunks every time they decide to drop. To me, that just seems like just go watch the sub. That's one that it's like, just go watch the sub.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go watch the sub soon. It's just like I was watching that's how I watched Naruto. Like I watched Naruto dub up until a point where there were no dub, and instantly, same night, I just switched from sub to dub. Dub to sub, and after that I just stayed with it. And I kind of like both. I like both of them. So the sub to me is better in Naruto. I've come to love the sub more than the dub. But
To me, with the
dub is
big
pretty hard
three,
too.
the big three is a sub. I'm sub for all versions of the big three. From Bleach to Naruto to One Piece, I can't watch any of those dubs. It's more so like the new gens that I'm digging dub because like
I like the Bleach dub too. The Bleach had a pretty solid dub. I can't.
You fuck with the Bleach dub for real?
Low key.
I'll say this: I fuck with it the most out of the other two.
There's a lot of familiar voices too. Like I know a lot of voice actors in Bleach from a lot of other shows,
Johnny Young Bosch or Johnny Bosch Young. I forget which order his name is. Kyle Hebert, our friend of the show, Eisen.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will say this: Bleach's dub I prefer way more to One Piece and Naruto because to me, One Piece and Naruto's dub are just. It's one of those. That's how I feel about those two shows.
I haven't seen too much One Piece sub, you know what I'm saying? So I can't
for real?
on,
ooh,
like,
so you watching
straight. I watched a few episodes sub, like a few
Wait
episodes.
till you get to the One Piece sub, bro. Gumu Autumn Luffy thing sound way Gear Segundo, all that shit sounds way different. Zoro and Sanji, I know them in sub, like the Trafalgar Law, like all that shit. To me, that's where I go for it. But hey, man, like you said, the dub's gonna be out and the fans get to enjoy it. The next thing we got is Funimation confirmed that they're teaming up with Kodansha to release an Attack on Titan Chronicle. What this is a movie version of season 1 through 3, recapping everything that happened in the 59 episodes of the show. That'll be out in Japan on July 17th. No word if it's going to be in theaters in America because of everything with Corona and whatnot. And I believe if it's not, Funimation will just put it on its streaming service. So, but to me, Chrissa, I don't give a fuck about this. Excuse my language. I don't give a damn. Give us season 4. Like, that's what I'm ready for. If y'all are just trying to stretch this out and give us this little movie shit, I'm not watching this. Are you going to watch this?
I'm not gonna lie. I might watch it right before season 4 drops. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. Like, imagine they drop it, and I'm not a theater hitting dude right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a lot of people are. I don't know if they risking it to watch some movies. I heard movies are coming out. Like, I'd probably risk it for the Demon Slayer movie. I don't know if I'd risk it for recap Attack on Titan. But if we get some Corona situation solved and shit like that, and then they open shit up to where, you know what I'm saying, going to the movies ain't like a death hazard, you know what I'm saying? I might pull up, like, imagine this drops right before the season, you know what I'm saying? You could catch up, and it's like you don't got to just catch up, binging the first 3 seasons. You could go to the movie theater, you could watch it with the homies.
That's true.
It's like catch up real quick, and then boom, season 4 drops, you hype it than ever because you just had the experience of seeing AOT in the theaters. I never watched, I don't know what the Attack on Titan movie was. I want to say it was, like, wasn't the Attack on Titan movie like the first couple episodes of season 2 or 3?
I didn't even know they had. See, that's how, like,
it's not
anytime they say something about Attack on Titan movie, I'm just like, this is either buku filler or recap. So I don't be paying it. Like,
it's kind of recap, but it was recap before recap. It was like they had a season. I don't know if it was season 1 or 2. But it's like they finished one of the seasons, and before the next season dropped, they gave you the first 3 episodes in a movie form in the theater, and then the season dropped, and then you got to see it again. Not like the Dragon Ball Z movies where they were reanimated. Just more like, they just give you the first 3 episodes in order, no
scap. Okay,
shit, like an hour and a half. And if they do like a condensed version of season 1 through 3, like a 2-hour condensation, like
that's what that's what they're talking about.
And it's just like some basically just fan service to get you hype. If they do that in the theaters, that's like a pep rally. It'll get people hype as fuck for season 4.
You kind of convinced me
that the streets need season 4.
Yeah, and see, that's my thing.
The streets really do just need season 4 though.
That's my thing. I'm more concerned with season 4 than I am with this, but you do have me hyped that, like, this has to come out right before season 4. This can't come out in July, August, and then season 4 drops in January 2021. because then I'm definitely not gonna care about this. If this drops July, August, and then season 4 drops October, all right, you got me.
And even that's a little early. I want that bitch like a month before, maybe 2 months before, like maybe.
That's why I said October's the farthest. Like if it's November, I'm like, December, I'm even hype, more, you know? And then January, I'm like, bro, fuck this. Like
that's the only way I see it working. That's the only way I think it would work, is if it's just to build hype. Like nobody wants to see recap when we could just go rewatch it, unless you just it's meant to like, you know what I'm saying, get that hype train chugging. You feel me?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But that's all the news we got today. Short news week, not a lot of stuff popping off in the world of anime. But let's get to today's questions in honor of God of High School dropping. We have 2. The first one is best sports anime, because God of High School is a martial arts, which is technically a sport. So, Chrissa, we'll go back and forth, best sports anime to you.
Well, just spitballing off the top of the dome, since martial arts, you know what I'm saying, and technically fighting, and not fighting, but in a boxing, you know, these type of things count as sports. I want to throw out there Hinamaru no Zumo. Really love the sumo wrestling anime. Hinamaru's a dope character to me. I like how he's like kind of short. He's like the underdog and shit like that. That's one of mine. You know what I'm saying?
No, fire. I'm with you on that. I'm throwing out Haikyuu. Shout out to my boy Hinata Shoyo and his boy. Oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking on my other dude's name, but shout out to Shoyu, Haikyuu, and the Karasuno Crows. That's my show, man. Straight. I never thought I'd be getting into Kageyama, yes, and Shikishima. I never thought I'd get into a volleyball show, but I am into a volleyball show. It is, to me, the best sports anime, Haikyuu, that's ever been dropped, and it's one of the best shonens that ever been dropped. Haikyuu's really good. I also got Kurokuko no Basket, a basketball anime. Really, really dig that one. I know you got a basketball anime in the tuck.
Man, I got a volleyball anime in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? Harukana Receive. You know what I'm saying? It's all female cast. You know what I'm saying?
I've never even heard of that. Real.
It's some cool shit. You feel me? I try to get into haiku or haiku. It is haiku.
Yeah, Haikyuu or
Haikyuu.
I think it's Haikyuu.
I'm gonna try to get back into it. I only watched the first like 4 or 5 episodes and I kind of tapped out. But I'm gonna go back and rewatch it from the jump because I hear too much good shit about it. Like
it's amazing.
People hype that one up and it looks like it's deserving of the hype. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. It's just, I caught this one afterwards, and this one kind of hit me, kind of sold me on you know what I'm saying, sold me on volleyball, so I'm gonna have to go back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely go back to Haikyuu.
You know I fucks with the slam dunk if we talking. You know what I'm saying? If we talking about sports anime, you feel me? What's his name? Sakuragi?
Yeah, I knew you was coming with slam dunk.
That's gang, bro. Like Shohoku is gang. You feel me? For life. You feel me?
Gotta shout out Hajime no Ippo, the classic boxing anime, as well as Megalobox, because I'm a big Megalobox fan. And I know that's more so like Cybertronic boxing, but I fuck with Megalobox heavy.
I feel like these two are kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're under another genre, you know what I'm saying? But they're also sports, you know what I'm saying? But I consider Yu-Gi-Oh! Being a card game. I feel like that's kind of sports. It's mostly a card game, and it's a lot of monster shit, but it's really a card game at the end of the day. And also Beyblade, because Beyblade was a dope ass. Because those, I don't even think those were real monsters in there. It was just like the heart of the beast and shit.
Yeah, it was just the heart of the machine.
And just as far as like, you know what I'm saying, slam dunk making you want to play basketball, you know what I'm saying, Haikyuu making you want to play volleyball, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had people in these streets collecting, and not only collecting cards, but battling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been into some intense Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels, you feel me?
Same, I still got my deck.
I got in fights. Like, I got in physical fights over Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's something we should do. We should stream me versus you in because I know you still got your deck.
So I got my deck, and I got like a collection on the side of my deck as far as just like a, you know what I'm saying?
You probably whoop my ass because like I know you got way more cards than me.
But it's been a while since I played too. It's been a while since I actually do it. I've been like, one of my homies want to go, and I've been like, man, I gotta kind of get on the Switch game and just remember how the rules go, because I don't know none of the new.
See, we'd have to play classic rules because I don't know none of the new rules either. And also, would we allow God cards in our deck? Because I have 2. I got Obelisk and Slifer. So, like, that's something that I would have to
I want to say know. I only have one. I only have Slifer.
Yes.
I mean, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
We can only put one in there. And you can take Slifer. I'll do Obelisk.
Oh, either way, either if you got both, you got to pull it. You know what I'm saying? You got to, if you are lucky enough to draw both of those cards, I ain't gonna lie, I'm with that. We could really stream that. We could
You
stream
streaming, yeah.
we could stream Beyblade, like a Beyblade tournament too.
See,
Like
now I don't have none of them.
When I was in school, like me and Faye been talking about doing this. We've been talking about like we throw like a concert or we throw like some shit. We have like a Beyblade tournament. Like we bring all the shit. Like we bring a different Beyblades, different like we have like maybe 1 or 2 ranks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Have like a tournament for money or whatever, just like at a bar or whatever. Like you know what I'm saying, during a show or whatever. But Beyblade is one of the things that the anime was so fucking hype when I was young. Like that shit, I used to miss school for that. Like it used to come on early in the morning, right before school.
Yep.
And if it was like, usually I had to leave like 5-10 minutes before the episode's over. So I get the gist of the episode before I gotta come back tomorrow and kind of fill in the gap between the 10 minutes I missed. I remember there was a couple days where I missed that bus. I gotta watch the whole end of it.
Gotta watch Beyblade.
All my homies in the neighborhood, bro. I swear it was like at least 6 of my homies had Beyblades, and we was all pulling up to the crib. We all had different. Like I had a purple ring, so I just considered that to be a sport because that was lit. I don't want to say it was no strategy in there or whatever, but it was definitely fun. It was like it was a game. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I'm not counting Eye Shield 21. That's the football anime. They have Ahira no Sora. That's another basketball anime.
Wait, you say you're not counting it?
I mean, look, Eye Shield 21, I tried to watch like the first 2 episodes. That was kind of corny. I'm not going to lie. And then Ahira no Sora, that's like a new basketball anime I got to check out. It looks pretty good. And then I know people, I'm not going to say this is trash, but people say they love Ace of the Diamond, which is the baseball anime, as well as Prince of Tennis.
Man, I'll be watching the weird all girl, and bro, it's not even no etchy shit. Like this, like the one I've been watching, there's something called Tamayomi, Tamayomi baseball girls, whatever. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fire.
Baseball anime, that shit was hitting. Like, and I don't watch sports anime, but I was watching, I was like, man, this ain't bad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just some good, wholesome content. And I really thought it was gonna be some edgy shit. That's why I clicked on it. None of the etchy shit. It was just like, okay, I ended up pulling up for the etchy, staying for the heart. You know what I'm saying?
100%. All right, let's get to our favorite tournament arcs / best tournament arcs, and you can start us off. I already know which one you coming with number one.
We starting off with the gas pack early, man.
Might as well, because if you don't say it, I'll say it, because like that's top tournament arc for sure.
To me, that's number one. Like when you talk Dark Tournament, Yu Yu Hakusho, I feel like that's number one tournament. That's like the best. Like some people will be like, nostalgia. They'll say other tournaments, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball for sure had the king of tournaments. We could pick a couple from there because they got so many.
Yeah.
When you look at tournament anime, you think Dragon Ball Z is the king because it had so many tournaments and so many iconic tournaments in one series. But with Yu Yu Hakusho, you just get 2, and those 2 were gas packed, especially the first one. The second one was, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, the tournament was decent. You don't get to see all the fights. You don't get to see the full extent of the second tournament, but that Dark Tournament, though, every single fight that was highlighted was definitely memorable.
Yes, I'm with you. Dark Tournament is definitely on my list. One that I have is the tuning exams. The tuning exams where they start into the second, when they get out of the Dark Forest, and it starts off with like everybody fighting each other in that hall where the hands are like this, where you have Rock Lee versus Gaara, Hinata versus Neji, Naruto versus Kiba, and then it goes outside and you have Naruto versus Neji, Sasuke versus Gaara, which ends up taking the tournament to explode and get out and lead into other shit into the tuning exams. But the tuning exam arc has a top tier tournament in it, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like that's top 5, top 10. I'm not sure if it's top 5, but I know it's top 10 for sure. But it might fuck around and be top 5, maybe even top 3 if we add them all in and like kind of weigh them against each other. Just because, first of all, the most overplayed, most played Naruto scene of all time, Gaara versus Rock Lee,
yeah.
But I feel like that whole Gaara's entrance was in the tuning exam, and you see him behind the scenes, like just murking people in the stands, like on the way out. You know what I'm saying? Like you see like the hallways and shit, everybody's empty because everybody's outside watching the shit, and Gaara just pulling up, just murking people. You seeing bodies get hit in Naruto, and at that point, you're not used to seeing niggas just drop like that in Naruto. You feel me? So I always remember the tournament, like the outside fights with like Shikamaru versus Tamari and
Tintin versus Tamari getting her ass whooped. Tintin got her ass whooped.
Son, that shit was iconic, bro. Like it was some great battles. You know what I'm saying? So tuning exams got to be up there.
Okay, which one are you going with next?
I don't know if you could consider the Hunter exams a tournament because they were different parts, you know what I'm saying? But the tournament part was dope. You feel me? Like whenever they were fighting at the end
you talking about you talking about the Hunter with the Heavens Arena?
No, that was a dope tournament too. But I was talking about like kind of at the end. I guess it wasn't a tournament because I guess it wasn't. I'm trying to think about because I remember they had like a exhibition match. It was like Gone versus the bald headed dude. It was like
Oh
Killua versus his brother and shit.
yeah.
Like that shit was wild. But I didn't even think about Heaven's Arena. Heaven's Arena was a dope. That was a pretty cool tournament because you didn't get to see all the fights in Heaven's Arena or anything, but like you got to see the heavy one with Gon and Hisoka. That was dope too. But I'm not
Yep.
gonna lie, that whole Hunter exam. Like I remember
Yo.
that was some impactful fights. Like, I remember Gon was getting his ass. He was about to get murked, and he was about to get his arm. Didn't he actually? I don't know if he got his arm broken or not, but he was about to get his shit fucked up bad. And that with that bald head dude. And
Yes, he was. Killua almost had to kill that dude.
He had to respect him, son. He's sitting there like he wasn't budging, bro.
Yeah,
You
no,
gotta
very,
respect Gon mine.
very much so. And you could throw Heaven's Arena arc in there as well. I'm gonna shout out 2 tournaments before we start listing off some DBZ ones. I want to shout out the Inter High tournament from Haikyuu. That was really, really good, where we see Karasuno battle through some of the best volleyball teams in the nation. I'm also say shout out the Sports Festival in My Hero Academia.
Sports Festival was raw.
Thought that's a really good tournament. Some people, I don't know, and just for the Black Clover fans, I don't know if the Royal Knights selection exam is a tournament, but I mean, it kind of counts. So I'll shout that one out, as well as I'm going to shout out this. I know isn't a real tournament, but they do have it. It's a tournament, but it's not like super, super tournament. It's just Oda's having to put one in there for One Piece, the Corridor Coliseum tournament from the Dressrosa arc. If you know, that is where Luffy comes out as Lucy, and it's all up in Dressrosa, and we see some faces from other pirate groups as well as from the Doflamingo family. So that's a solid tournament. So Crystal, which some of your Dragon Ball Z tournaments that are you going back to Dragon Ball and like actually going to the World Martial Arts tournament?
I would, and I always gotta give that one an honorable mention. Every time I talk about Dragon Ball tournaments, that one definitely gets an honorable mention because it has Master Roshi and Jackie Chun. That was just gas pack Akira Toriyama writing at its best. You know what I'm saying? I love that tournament, and that one was super fleshed out. Didn't you get that fight with Goku whenever Goku was like fighting homie, and he was like just talking super shit. Son was like trying to whoop his ass. Goku was like, I don't even feel that. Were you trying to tickle me? It like was dead serious. That was iconic. But
yeah, I'm about to say the best Dragon Ball Z tournament gotta be Cell Games, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even going with Cell Games.
Oh, you wasn't going with Cell Games? Which one you going with?
The Majin. I forget what those guys' names were, but the Majin 2 dudes were whooping Vidal's ass. You don't get to see the full tournament, but you got to see some gas in that tournament. Like you got to see Trunks versus Goten. That was some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? But the Vidal
doesn't it end on? It ends on Vegeta versus Goku, huh?
Vegeta versus Goku. And so it kind of the tournament ends and leads into something wild. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, real. I wasn't expecting you to say that. I'm going with Cell Games. To me, that's the best tournament of DBZ. Seeing all the fighters trying to mess with Cell and trying to fight Cell.
Not Universe 6 versus Universe 7?
Oh, I mean,
that wasn't the best animated. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to say, if we're going with Super, I'm gonna just say the Tournament of Power. With Jiren. Yeah.
Over Universe 7 versus Universe 6, bro. I be looking back at this shit, how whack that shit was compared to the Tournament of Power.
Bro.
Like, this whack ass Frieza. Oh,
and then
man.
Hit gets his ass whooped super early in the Tournament of Power. So it just shows that tournament was for nothing.
That tournament was really just filler until you get to the good shit. It was just to introduce you to the new characters.
Yep, and to show you about the facts that they're different dimensions. But word, I think we covered all the best tournaments. I'm trying to see if I'm looking at some other people's lists to see if I agree with some of these. Yeah, no, I think we covered them all. So shout out to the best tournaments that are in anime. And if you have one that you think's amazing tournament, y'all let us know, Chris SJE or Lyn BWT on Twitter. And if you want to submit a question for us to answer on the next show, go to www.broswhothink.com. On the homepage, scroll all the way down. Pull out your first, last name. You can make up whatever name. It doesn't have to be your real one. And then in the subject line, put anime talk question, and we will answer it on the next show. Because we didn't get to talk about the season finales of Gleipnir and Tower of God before we get to Fire Force and God of High School, we'll do that right now. Let's start off with Gleipnir. We'll do episode 12 and 13 together because episode 12 is pretty much just the backstory of the different groups of Shuichi, Honoka, Elena, Kaito, and Naito, and then Aiko. So all those people are part of this episode 12, but it's basically we find out what happened to Shuichi and his friends, how they knew each other. Basically, a series of strange events happened between Shuichi and his childhood friends. We find out what happens to Hanukkah, what happens to Kaito, what happens to Elena, and why they are all kind of messed up and why they're all fucked up. We find out that their friend Aiko killed herself, thus making Hanukkah Hanukkah was the only one who knew, and she was like, people are going to miss her. They need her. Nobody's going to miss me. So she asked the alien to transform her into Aiko. Then the rest of their friends, Kaito and Naoto, are like, is that really Aiko? Where's Hanukkah? Kaito can't get over the fact that Hanukkah's gone, and everybody's like, nah, bro, just let it be. Just let it be. So then he figures out that Hanukkah is Aiko, and he thinks that she killed Aiko, which thus making Kaito want to kill her. Kaito ends up killing her, but then he finds out that Aiko took her own life, thus Hanukkah just trying to save her. But the alien told Hanukkah that like somebody was going to miss her, and thus ends up being Kaito, which sets off this chains of events, which makes us realize that Elena's not really the villain of this show. Elena is just like kind of a bystander. It's really this fucker Kaito who's kind of the shitbag of this whole show.
Yeah, for sure. He's like one of those. I don't want to compare him to Obito, you know what I'm saying? But he lost. He had a loss, and it's like one of those villains that didn't have to be a villain, but the fucked up situation turned him into a villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he missed his friend and he missed his girl, and he thought that no one cared about her. But in the end, they all knew, because Shuichi knew, Elena knew. They were just protecting Aiko's secret of suicide. So very, very interesting. But that episode's all right. I'd give it a solid 4. Nothing more, nothing less. But it leads into the impactful episode 13, We Two Are One, where Shuichi and Claire attempt to strike a deal with the other members of their team as Yoshika reaches out to Elena like a fucking bitch. God, I hate Yoshika. She fucking sucks. And
snitch, bro.
Yeah, straight snitch. She calls up Elena, which thus leads to the confrontation between Elena, Shuichi, and Claire. But inside that episode, Claire's starting to figure out that, Shuichi went to this cram school. He knew my sister. She sees the bear that kind of made up his suit power. And then when she goes to Shuichi's house, she realized, bro, Shuichi's living like in a pigsty. They got cobwebs everywhere, dust everywhere, food's like 10 times molded over. Shuichi just eats his dinner upstairs, never goes downstairs because he thinks his parents are working. But what he doesn't remember is his parents died due to Kaito's shit, because Kaito came into his house with his power of this phantom Honoka, asked his parents if she knew who he was, and if you say Honoka's real name, then you disappear. And Elena wanted to save Shuichi from dying and not remembering his family died, so she erased his memory so he wouldn't die, thus leading us to where we are today with Shuichi not understanding what's going on. Him and Claire confront Elena and then like Shuichi's like, both of y'all have been trying to protect me, but now it's my time. Great fight between Shuichi and Claire versus Elena. Very, very animated, very well. And then all of a sudden Kaito's Hanukkah pops up, starts to mess with Shuichi's mind, and then Claire's like, nah, bro, we're gonna black out your memory again. But I feel like Shuichi knows, though, because like they didn't really make it like, oh, he's completely forgotten everything. I think she just kind of blocked out everything so he wouldn't die. But thus, the episode ends with Shuichi and Claire saying we're going on this mission. They meet up with Buff Dude from earlier, and then they're going to the site of the destruction while Elena and Naito are like, we're going to end this. And then there's Kaito just sitting there, old villain ass, just like, I'm waiting for y'all. So that's pretty much how the episode ended. Chris, what did you think of all the twists and turns of these final 2 episodes?
I definitely wasn't expecting to get that dump of like backstory and shit like that, but it was much needed. It was like the show has been shrouded in mystery this whole entire show, and now you're kind of getting some okay. So now it's setting it up to get even crazier, because now eventually, inevitably, there's going to be a Kaito battle. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward.
And the fact that Elena keeps dying by using her power, because she's coughing up blood and like.
Yeah, like she gets weaker and weaker, you know what I'm saying? Her power is like not as strong as
it used to be.
Every time she uses it gets weaker and weaker, literally.
Also, Claire's figuring out that maybe Elena didn't kill her parents. Maybe it was Kaito who did it. And now Elena just tried to prevent Claire's memory from being crazy and saying Hanukkah's name and ended up dying. So I'm interested to see the backstory with Claire and her sister. I'm sure that'll get explained in season 2. but a lot of questions answered, and this was a very good season. Like it doesn't pass up the king of anime talk, which is Dorohedoro for 2020, but super solid. Like we were talking off air, how this is kind of Goblin Slayer, how it came out of nowhere, but way better than Goblin Slayer. And I was just very surprised by Gleipnir and very excited for season 2.
Yeah, for sure. Like, this was definitely one of those, like, in the vein of Goblin Slayer, because we did a review to that one a while back, and it was just so random and throw it off. It's like one we wasn't even expecting to, like, really, you know what I'm saying? We just dived into it, and not aware of the season finale. It's definitely as good as I thought it was going to be. Watching the first couple episodes, I was like, this gonna be gas, but it was gas. It just wasn't 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Dorohedoro, we getting like 9.5 to 10. You know what I'm saying, for a whole season 1. But this one was really good. This one, like, I love the manga. I love the concept of it. I'm probably gonna be really excited when I hear about season 2 getting
coming out. No,
yeah,
I agree. I'm very excited for season 2, and I think Gleipnir is gonna be around for a little bit, because they definitely have something on their hands for them.
Thanks.
Let's get to the shits now. Tower of God. For me, it doesn't pass Dorohedoro, but it is second. That is such a good standout from Crunchyroll, and it has me really excited for the rest of these Crunchyroll originals. So we got to talk about the finale, man. The finale of Tower of God. Basically, the backstory of Rachel, showing how she was a piece of shit. Like, just the worst human imaginable. We find out that the tower wasn't supposed to take her. The tower was supposed to take Bam. But then Hedon's like, well, look, if you can go kill him, you can climb the tower. So her whole time she was there was to kill Bam. Just as the Guardians test is about to end, Bam is pushed off by Rachel. Time turns back when the tower door opened. How did Bam spend his time? Was the world Rachel saw? That's basically the synopsis of the episode. But yeah, man, it shows her lead up to how everything was planned out for her to kill him and take her reign to walk up the tower. She ends up being successful. For the majority of the episode, we think Bam's dead, and Kun's like, bro, I don't fuck with you. I know something's up. Fuck you, bitch. Bam's not dead. Something's wrong. You just, but then Rack's like, we got to take her up, because that's what Bam would do. Everybody's like, we got to bring her up. And they're like, whatever, man, we'll take her up with us. So they're taking her up, but we see Bam is at the bottom. He's alive. And that redhead girl, who is, like, I guess the negotiator or whatever, was like, all right, you got to climb the tower. I'll train you. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to climb the tower, but not for the reasons you said, for the reasons I feel. But yeah, you're going to train me. So, Bam's about to get trained in Shinsui. He about to come up.
He about to be up there.
What'd you think of episode 13, the finale?
I really loved it. I really love seeing how, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was right to be like, fuck Rachel. Fuck Rachel is a thing, and it's much so
much deserved. Yeah.
She definitely deserves it. You're thinking that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get this kind of plot twist where, oh, Rachel's not really that bad. She's doing it because it is. It's like, nah, she's just selfish, and she's just...
Like Hedon said, he was like, Bam's the star, and she just wants to be the star of the show. She wants to be basically the protagonist, but she
hating on my boy, man.
Yeah,
simp god, man. It can only be one simp god, man. Right. Now, I like how Kun was sitting there. He was looking at it from day one. He was just sitting there like, something's up with this. Like,
yeah, I don't like this girl.
Way too hard, and I feel like something's up with that. Something's up with her, and he's infatuated with her, and I feel like she's using that to her advantage to fuck him over. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like him even taking her to the top, it was on some whole, we're going to bring her to the top of the tower in honor of him thinking he's dead. But I feel like he more so wants to see what's up with her.
Yeah,
he more so got to
figure out what's up. Yeah, like, if I'm going to have to take this bitch out, I'm going to take her out myself for Bam, because, like, fuck this shit.
Friends close, enemies closer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kun's a very smart character. I want to say we're gonna see that unfold.
I hope we see Kun, Bam, and Rack come back together. Like, I want to see the gang back together with Dorsey and everybody. But like, Bam's got to train right now, man, and it's gonna be interesting to see how long Bam trains for when season 2 comes back, and just like how the team moves. Because now, basically, that was the prequel. It was because now we're actually going inside the tower. Now it's time to climb the tower. That was just the test to see if you're worthy. Now it's time to really go into it. So when season 2 comes, now we're getting into the meat of what Tower of God actually is. So I'm really, really excited for that. But last episode, I'm giving it a solid 4.7. This was a very, very good season of a show. As of now, I know I'm saying Dorohedoro, but when we get to the Anime Talk Awards, that could change because Tower of God was that good, and it really hit me by surprise. And just Crunchyroll has a gem on its hand, man. Congratulations to Crunchyroll and Webtoons, because that was a success.
And I'm definitely rewatching it in dub. You know what I'm saying? I'm rewatching it just so I'm going to keep getting that. I'm getting both experiences. I'm not saying I'm a dub guy where I prefer dub over sub, because a lot of the
times, just want to see what's up.
Yeah, I like peeping both out. I know there's a lot of dub only watchers, and I put people on, like I put a lot of dub only, watchers on certain anime, and some of them are like, oh, I love this, and some of them are like, man, now I finally get why sub people hate dub. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? I gotta go back and listen to it. And Doom, I put Doom on Parasite, and he watched Parasite, and he was like, this dub is dog shit. And I was like, is it that bad? So I had to go back and rewatch it, and I was like, I should really peep both sides of the story, you know what I'm saying, and kind of see what's good and what's bad. Because I hate putting people on, like, there's certain people who I put on certain ones, like, I know you watch dub, but watch this one sub. And they took my advice, trusted me, and, you know what I'm saying, was fucking with it. But there's some people that just not going to watch that sub. And so far, the dub's been hitting for Tower of God. So I'm proud of them for dropping it this fast. It's a weird schedule, but, you know what I'm saying, I thought it was going to be dropping the week after or the week of, you know what I'm saying? But
when does it drop? Like every other week?
It still drops every week, but I'm saying, like, it started, like, what is it, episode 13 that just dropped? It's on episode, like, 6 or 5, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like they're dropping it so far afterwards, just like you kind of missing the mark. Like, I don't understand the point of, you know what I'm saying, this isn't me shitting on dub just because while we're talking about Tower of God, but I don't understand the point of, like, starting a series in dub, episode 1, and then you're at episode, like, 10, maybe episode like 9 of season 1, and then boom, you're dropping episode 1 of the dub. It's like, bruh, if that shit drops on the same day, it's gonna be trending all the dub. People gonna be like, oh, I'm loving episode 1. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, I'm loving episode 9.
I think they do it though.
Spoilers.
I feel like they do it just to get the original, and I don't know why they don't do that, but I think it's just because they want to maintain the idea of the art that it's a like it's a Japanese platform, and I get that's why they don't do it. But like you said, they are dub fans that they should cater them, but they are getting a dub of Tower God, so just poor dub fans gotta.
Where we just couldn't get it at all out here to stream because we were waiting on the dub.
It's in Netflix jail, man, but not a lot of people are fucking with Dorohedoro. Y'all stay on the bandwagon for sure. But Chris, what would you rate the final episode of Tower of God?
I'd rate the final episode a good. I want to say a good 4.8, you know what I'm saying? 4.8 out of 5.
No, I'm right there with you with 4.7. It was solid, man. We got all the questions answered, and it's just fuck Rachel.
Rachel gang,
until further notice.
I think I might send you that song, like the tease at the end of the shit, because it's fuck Rachel gang, bro. Like
it is, bro. Fuck that bitch, bro. Gosh, man, but that makes me hate Bam, because Bam should know, like, he keeps getting stepped on, and it's
that's why I call him Simp God, son, because he deserves that title as well. He's not bad. He's just too pure-hearted.
Yeah. My favorite character in that show's Coon, bro. It's Coon and Rack.
Rack is my number one favorite character in the whole show, because he's hilarious. Gas pack every time he speaks.
Actually, I think it's Coonan and Dorsey. I think those. I'm a fan of those princesses.
I like Dorsey too, and Dorsey's really dope. And
Anak, and then Yuri. I got to see what's going on with those princesses, man. Because as much as I'm interested in the Bam storyline, I'm more interested in Coon and his family. What's going on with that dude, that random brother who showed up that we have no answer to in the final, but that's something that we're gonna get answered to hopefully in season 2. And I'm very interested in the Princess of Jihad storyline. Like, what's up with these ladies? Who's the king of Jihad at the top of this tower? Like, I'm interested in both of those storylines. The Bam and Rachel storyline, I get that's they're the protagonist and antagonist, but whatever, bro. I'm like, it's fuck Rachel.
Just built to set up what's about to happen, because you know what I'm saying. Bam wouldn't be going through this training. He wouldn't be leveling up. You're probably gonna see a lot more about Rachel and her backstory and shit. If Rachel redeems herself, she's gonna have a lot to do, because like she's
there's no redemption
right now.
Yeah, I don't see a redemption for her. I just want to see Bam stop simping.
I hope Bam gets up there and he's like new and improved Bam, and Rachel's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I pushed you to your demise. Didn't mean to do that. There, sorry, you fell to your death.
He just fell. Fuck you, bitch. I'm Bam now. I'm
He
new.
pulls up and just like, bitch, fuck you, bitch. He pulls
Yeah.
up with the fuck Rachel t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? I hope he really is not with that shit. And I hope he sees Coon. He's like, my bad, dog. We back at it. You know what I'm saying? We in the
Yeah.
spot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They both have a shirt, fuck Rachel, and all my homies hate Rachel.
Literally, bro.
Shout
All
out
the
to the
homies hate
gang out
Rachel.
there.
If
Y'all
you
know who
fuck with
y'all
Rachel,
are.
I don't trust you, bro. If you fuck with Rachel, yeah, I don't
You
know.
ain't gang.
You ain't gang, son. It's like I'm squinting at you. I'm like, huh, you gotta watch this motherfucker from now on. You know what I'm saying? This nigga said
Snake
Rachel's his
ass.
favorite character from
Just like,
all right. But I ain't gonna lie, that's some gas. Like this first season, we got a lot, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
yeah, we
thankful
did.
for it. You feel me?
Yeah, very thankful for Tower of God. Shout out to Crunchyroll again for the Crunchyroll originals. Let's get to the new pack that we're reviewing. Let's start off with the second Crunchyroll original of the year. And I think there's another one, but like we don't really talk about that one. But the second one to us, God of High School. So episode 1, this is the setup / stand-up. God of High School, this is the description of it, is an all-in styles martial arts tournament from all over Korea. Jin Mori, who lives on his own after parting with his grandfather Tajin at a young age, is on his way to the preliminary for his region when he ends up chasing a purse snatcher. In the midst of the pursuit, he meets Han Dwai and Yo Mira, 2 other high schoolers on their way to participate in the preliminary. The only thing on the line is your pride. The only thing you can trust is your fist. Choose any wish and it will be granted if you win the tournament, such as the power of God. So begins the battle royale featuring the most powerful contenders of all over Korea. So we're in Seoul. We meet our trio. We meet our trio very early on in Jin Mori, Han, and Mira. So we get to meet the 3. And I like all of these people, man. We see a little bit of fights in the battle royale from all of them. We see Mira uses a sword. We see Han is all about the fisticuffs, and Jin Mori's a kicker. We see all his feet kicking and getting into it, and we see this basically this guy who's coming out of jail. Him and Jin Mori start to get into it, and that's when the episode ends. I tweeted about this. I really liked the episode, but I was shocked because we don't get to see how they get invited to the tournament. And if you remember in the episode, there's some moment where Jin Mori looks up and we see all the different, I guess, tournament coordinators, and there's a blonde one and a green-haired one talking to each other, and Jin Mori's like, I can't wait to fight him again. In chapter 1 of God of High School, you see the fight between them and how Jin Mori gets the invitation. I'm guessing we're going to see that in the next couple of episodes. So they kind of pulled a Vinland Saga, where episode 1 of this was a mixture of chapter 1 and chapter 4, kind of how Vinland Saga, instead of going with chapter 1, they went with the prequel, and then they brought us back to chapter 1. God of High School kind of did something similar, and we'll see if that works. But Chrissa, what was your take from episode 1? Did you enjoy it? Are you excited for the rest of God of High School?
It was pretty cool. I do need to see more story though, because right now I just saw some endearing characters, which I did like. I did see some action. I saw some stellar action.
Good fights.
And
this is gonna be a great fighting anime for sure.
That's the 2 things I'm looking forward to so far right now. Just more characters, more fights, because I really do love the characters so far. I like the main character. He's kind of, I don't know too much about him right now. You know what I'm saying?
From first
I do like
looks,
Han. Han is like, I don't know if you saw, they dropped the teaser before they dropped the episode, like last week or whatever. I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? They got a teaser for this. So I watched it. It was like 5 minutes, but it was like the middle of the episode. It was just the whole purse chase scene. And I watched that. I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. So I watched it again in the context of the episode, and I loved it even more. You're starting to see these 3 have sort of a chemistry already, you know what I'm saying? And I am liking their on-screen chemistry. I'm loving Mira and Han. The main character, I got to see more from him, see what's up with him. I know he's...
Jin Mori gave a lot of Goku vibes in the first episode. Like, kind of silly, but like a great fighter. But there is more to Jin Mori as we get the story. He's definitely has more depth of a character. But like you, when I first started reading it, Han was my favorite character, and I'm excited to see more from Han. And Mira is also one of my favorites. She has not only comic relief, but she's super, super strong, and I love to see her growth in development in this. Very good starter. I'm gonna give the first episode a solid 4.
Facts. I'm gonna give this one a 4 as well. As far as Mira too, I want to give her props because I love seeing female, not saying female leads, but female main cast not be just the Sakura trope of like annoying and like tsundere, you know what I'm saying?
Love
Whatever you want to
interest.
call it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like seeing the Orihime, the shy, kind of like timid,
quiet
quick to get
love interest.
kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really do nothing. She pulls up, Mira got the stick, you know what I'm saying? She got the sword, but it's like a stick, you know what I'm saying? She whooping people ass, pulling up with the stick. I really like her fighting style. And I really love just her comic relief. I love when she smacks her face into the thing on some slap face comedy type shit. I love her comedy when she's like with the boys talking with them.
I love your muscles.
She's got like a hell of a personality, and that sells her. Like, first of all, she has skill, and second of all, she has a hell of a personality, and I love seeing that stand out in the world of Rachel's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I know we have because I know we have the slang of fuck Rachel, but at least with God of High School, we got let's champion Mira because she's good. Like, all my homies fuck with Mira.
Facts, dope. Like, Mira's cool so far. Like, she seems so innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those. I'm rooting for her in the whole God of, you know what I'm saying, God of High School tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you 100%. So we both gave it 4s. Solid opener episode. Not much to dive into. And that could be said the same with season 2 of Fire Force because it's literally just an opening battle and then like some male calendar nonsense of dressing Hannibal. But let's get into it. Company's 8 junior crewmen take the day in shopping for some new clothes for Lieutenant Hinawa, but their excursion is interrupted by the appearance of a giant inferno. The 8th company prepares for their special annual Fire Force Beefcake calendar shoot. Look, not a lot going on in this episode. It just basically reintroduces you to everybody, shows you their power, shows you where they fit in, and basically just a very light episode. Whereas episode 2, if you watch the preview for it, that's when we dive into the shit for season 2. That's when shit gets really good. But I must say, from this first episode, you can see that Fire Force put a lot more money into it because the animation was fucking beautiful. Like when Arthur just comes in with his sword for the first time and you're like, oh shit, look, Arthur's back. It looked so good. Or when Maki's fighting with her thing and fighting with her I guess her fire fist that she sends out. So dope. And also we didn't have any Tamaki etchy moments. Like Tamaki actually was a decent character this rip. So hopefully season 2 continues all of that. But I'm excited for Fire Force season 2 because it looks really good and they look like they put the budget into it. Also, the opener. Did you watch the opener? It's not as good as season 1's, but I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about the moment where you see kind of Joker's backstory. Is he Burns' brother? Like, are we about to figure that out?
I don't really peep the opening. Like, I listened to it.
Oh, you
I listened to it, and I watched a little bit of the beginning, but then like I was watching it, I was listening to it, and I was kind of moving around while I was listening to it. I was like, I like this opening. Like, as far as musically, I like this opening better than the last one.
Ooh, for real? See, I like the other one, but I like this one as well. But the thing that got me was Burns, you know how his eye like catches on fire? Joker's other eye catches on fire. So, and we see a battle. They preview a battle of Joker and Benny Maru. That's going to be fire. But I wonder, is Joker's Burns' brother? Because I'm not that much far ahead in the manga. I am like about where episode 4 is probably going to be, or episode 3. So I'm not that far. But man, that opener got me excited. Crystal, what'd you think of season 2, episode 1 of Fire Force?
So I really love the season 2 opening. You know what I'm saying? Like, not opening, but I'm just saying the opener episode 1. I remember my bros were talking to me whenever, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, oh, you watch that new Fire Force? You watch that new Fire Force? And I was like, I have not watched that new Fire Force yet. I'm going to watch it in a few, because I knew I had to review it. I'm like, I'm going to watch it right before we review it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I was sitting there like, I know we're coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to jump right into the shit. So I know it's going to be some kind of, not saying filler, but some like, you know.
Just an opener episode nonsense. Yeah.
Exactly. But whenever they told me, they were like, oh, yeah, man, people didn't really like it. I was like, what? People didn't like this episode? I was like, oh, shit, that's not looking good. And he's like, yeah, man, it was basically just a fan service episode. So I was like, great. So we about to get some bullshit. I did not expect it to be this kind of fan service. And I feel like he should have said man service so I know what was going on. But when I watched it, I was like, this is pure comedy. And I loved every second of it from the beginning to the end. Like, I liked the beginning whenever they were talking about, like where they were
trying to pick Hinawa's clothes.
That shit was amazing because he had like he has no drip, and they were like, we gotta step his drip up. And then they went into the store. They were like, we gonna actually fuck his drip up because it's gonna be funny because he already dresses bad. It went from like let's you know what I'm saying, what was that show on MTV Made?
Yeah,
it was like that was what they were going into. They were like, yeah, we're gonna make him, he gonna look like Gunna after we done with him. And then afterwards they were like, actually,
We gonna make him
Since
look
he
like
already
a clown.
dressed bad, let's see how far we can get it. Like if he actually does this shit, we'll see he really, really, really don't know how to dress. And that whole store shit, I did find some shit to hate my Tamaki about, you know what I'm saying? But because she was just being an asshole. She was just being a Sakura character. I'm like, need I remind you of earlier in season 1, whenever you was getting beat out your fucking clothes and Shinra had to pull up and save you really early? Like, I remember when she was had on, she was like, just wanted to cry and shit like that. I was like, oh, don't be this. And then she was that the whole rest of the season. I hated seeing her be like an attitude-y ass. Like, I didn't really see that side of her too much in season 1. So opening season 2 and she's just being an asshole to Shinra for no reason. I'm like, damn, so this is you. You're meant for everybody not to like you. But I will say, my favorite part of the episode was the action with the Inferno versus the gang.
The gang, yeah.
And she actually showed up and she did some shit. I was like, okay, that's what I want to see. She
didn't fly out her clothes.
Didn't do no fan service type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I like seeing her actually hold her own. Maki's still gang, and I love the whole cute thing with Maki at the beginning. She's like, man, I love seeing these girls dressed cutesy. And Sarah's like, you could do it too. And they show her like bold. And she's like, yeah, man, I'm in a dress. It's like, I love seeing her character because like she wants to be girly, it's just not in her heart. And she knows she's too, like, I'm not saying knows she's too manly, but she feels like she is.
They even gave her the gorilla face when she was fighting the Inferno. Like, I don't know if you remember that, like, when they showed up on her face when she was, like, strained, she was like, oh, and it turned her face into, like, a gorilla version. She was gangster.
When she's in battle mode, you got to respect her.
She kicks ass, man.
Maki's one of my favorite characters. Like, I feel like she could pull off a dress. She's feminine enough to do whatever she wants to do, and she's definitely masculine or whatever, badass enough to, like, fuck some shit up. So I'm always happy when she's on the screen because she's putting in work, you know what I'm saying, for the gang. She's one of Team 8's strongest member.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would say it's Shinra, Arthur, then her. And then Hinoa.
She's top 3.
Yeah, no, for sure. And speaking of my guy, Arthur showed up this episode, baby. Arthur was kicking ass, more so than Shinra. Shinra was kind of a little weak this episode, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, he got the final kill, but it was Arthur, man, cutting off the legs, saving his ass, and then deflecting the blast. Arthur was doing his thing.
When he was animated very well. That blast, bro, like, it was almost a wrap for Shinra. He almost got his ass smoking. Arthur was like,
I guess I'll say you. Akuma, you damn devil. In the words,
that shit is hilarious.
Fucking Arthur. But yeah, no, solid episode. Look, I'm gonna give this one a 3.8. Solid opener. Not as good as the God of High School opener, but still good. Not. It's no lower than a 3.8 in my opinion. Because like,
I see. Yeah, I'll give it a strong 4. I might even give it like a 4.1. I don't know why I want to give it such a strong, because I even like the second half with all the man service, whatever. Because
I might give it a 4. Comedy. Because the animation was really good and it was entertaining.
Inferno, bro. When that Inferno was like in that bitch, like really. First of all, I love the design, and then I love the kaiju aspect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it was a big fight. It was like we back season 2.
And they were making it seem like its beams were so. It seemed like in the season destruction mode, and it worked really, really well. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna give it a 4. 3.8 is kind of low. That's the lowest I would go, but I'm gonna give it a 4. Super, super solid first episode coming back for season 2. We're back, man. Fire Force, God of High School, back on Tuesdays. Anime Talk. We're ready for the summer season. Chrissa, tell the people they can find you on social media.
You know what I'm saying? You can find me at Chrissa SJE. You feel me? On Twitter. I'm about to say Twitter SJE. On fucking Twitter, Instagram, you know what I'm saying? At Chrissa SJE, no space. But like we mentioned earlier, do go peep out my new project, Weeb God versus Annie Twitter. It's like a Weeb God Deluxe Edition standalone EP. It got some hits on there. I put my Stimulus Check and my Itchy on there. But as far as the new content, me and Haz got a song on there. That's probably my favorite song.
Super lit.
Haz Snap, bro. Like, Haz be sleeping on himself. That's one of my favorite rappers, like, out right now, just because he really hit that bitch. Whenever he said, I want you and you, yeah, my harem be on Hakusho, I was like, you speaking to me right now. You speaking to my soul.
I hope he watches this, man, because Haz is on Twitter right now. But me and him, I have been texting him. He's doing well. So shout out to Haz, man.
Shout out to Haz, man.
Glad he's doing well. But yeah, no, y'all make sure y'all go check out that Weeb God versus Annie Twitter. Chris, are we putting the fuck Rachel snippet at the end of this?
Yeah, so we got to send off Tower God the right way, man.
Yeah,
just
you're right.
Fuck Rachel energy until season 2, and then maybe even then it's still gonna be fuck Rachel energy.
Fuck Rachel, bro. I don't know. The only thing she could do to redeem herself is like save Bam from death, and then maybe die saving him, and it's like, all right, you died saving him. You're a good
she has
person.
To sacrifice herself on some like real selfless shit, because she
sacrificed herself for Coon, but like even sacrifice herself for Coon. Yeah, she did. She what she thought she did. Like, she def thought she did. The only thing is Bam's too strong for that weak ass shit, bitch. You not the star.
You want to kill that man. Try harder than pushing that nigga off some shit because he is a gangster, son.
You should have stabbed him. He done told you weren't a star, bitch. He told you. Your ass just didn't want to listen. So we gonna see what happens to you in season 2. But you guys can follow me at LynBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. This Friday, episode 2 of Run It Back will be out. We reviewed me, Chrissa, and the host of Bros Who Binge, Adam Schubert, reviewed Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door, a.k.a. Cowboy Bebop the movie. I think this was the perfect choice for episode 2 of Run It Back, being that we did the non-action, very classic, and very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Just very story-driven, Your Name. And now we're doing the anime 90s classic Cowboy Bebop the movie, and it has more action. It has more characters that people know. So I'm really excited to do a look at that. We did a very good job, in my opinion. I listened back to that episode today, and I really, really am proud of episode 2 of Run It Back. So y'all be sure to check that out this Friday. On Thursday, be sure to check out the most recent episode of the Bros Who Think podcast. But other than that, we are back on Tuesday's Anime Talk next week. We'll probably have some more content dropping for y'all in between. And me and Chris will get back on IG Lives, doing our lives again. So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, Run It Back Friday, Bros Who Think podcast Thursday. But until the next episode of Anime Talk, you guys be safe, be easy. For Chris, my name is Lyndon. You guys have a great, great one. And then until the next time we talk, have a good one. Peace.